Hi, I'm Ed, a volunteer with the Fairfax Office of Elections. I'd like to introduce you to our new version of the electronic poll book, our poll pad. In every precinct equipment cart will be 2 new pieces of equipment, a gray tote box containing the non-electronic portions, our rotating bases, and ID holders. The important stuff, of course, comes sealed. Your chief will check that seal number to make sure you have the right equipment. When we cut those seals, of course, we save everything from Fairfax. We open the power clause of the equipment case, and you'll see between 3 and 7 Apple iPads, which we're starting to call poll pads since we have them restricted for one specific application, our electronic poll book. We're going to remove our poll pads, and I'll show you quickly how we assemble those. We'll remove the poll pad from the case, one of which is reserved for your chief, by the way, indicated by the label on the glass screen. I'm going to rotate the handle down so that it's opposite the Fairfax County label and install it into the rotating base. This allows you to rotate and tilt your poll pad, which is important for being able to read the screen correctly and to have a good camera access in the back left-hand corner. We'll install our ID clip holder by simply lining up the plastic clips. Now we're going to put our poll pad on charge. I'm going to extend the prongs on our cube, plug in my USB end in the charging cube, plug in the lightning port end, which has no orientation, right underneath the home button. I'm going to plug my cube into a power strip, of course. Once our device is plugged in and charging, notice it turns itself on automatically and comes up on the home screen. In about 25% of our precincts, there's no Fairfax County Wi-Fi, so we have supplied you a cellular hotspot, either AT&T or Verizon. You simply plug it into its own charging brick and cord, turn on the power switch on the top, and you are ready to go with your own private Wi-Fi network. The last piece of equipment in our case is a printer which we ship out for the chief's use. It's only synced to the chief's poll pad. Remember, that's the one with the label on the front. To install our printer, it has its own charging brick and cable. That charging cable has orientations, so we're going to move the sliding locking collar back with the flat part towards the top of the device, plug it into the back of the printer. Notice that the power switch is shipped in the on position, and we have a little power monitor light at the front. We place our printer on the chief's poll pad since it syncs only with the chief's poll pad. We're going to run a little confirmation test by tapping on the green printer symbol. Shows we are indeed synced with this printer by Bluetooth. I'm going to tap on the little test print button, and it will run a confirmation test on our printer. The last part of our checklist involves importing the voter file. We ship an iSync drive out to your chiefs on Monday along with some other updated information. We're going to use that iSync drive to plug into the lightning port, which is where your charging cable was. As soon as we do that, we get a pop-up menu. We're going to select the second one from the top, which says Import Voter File, which now prompts us for a password. This will start an hourglass as it's downloading this compressed data file to overwrite what is currently on your poll pad. This is an update of the entire Fairfax County voter registration database. After about 12 to 15 seconds, it will say it's done. You simply tap the green OK button on the screen. We have finished updating this particular poll pad, but now we need to remove the iSync drive and repeat that procedure on each and every poll pad in your precinct. Notice that we have a new date timestamp on the top of our screen showing that we have the updated version of the registration database. Notice also in the bottom left-hand corner is the number of registered voters, including the voters in your precinct, and more importantly, the checked-in count prior to 6 a.m. must be 0. No voters have checked in yet. So we followed our checklist and done our setup procedure. Notice in the top left-hand side of the screen, it shows your network status. All of your poll pads sync wirelessly within your precinct by a combination of Apple Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. The green rectangles indicate the number of devices connected to you, not including your own, of course. Next to that, on top of that, is actually our battery charge symbol. Please be sure your pull pads are correctly charging. Our check-in process now involves the same 4 steps that we've used for some years. Step 1 is to verify the voter with their photo ID. Step 2 is to search and find the voter in the voter registration database. Step 3 is to confirm them. And step 4 is to issue them their paper ballot. I'm going to demonstrate some of our possible check-in scenarios, starting with the easiest one that we'd like you to use all day long when possible. When voters present a Virginia driver's license, I'm going to tap on Get Started. I'm presented with my ID screen. Notice one of the selections is to scan barcode. We're going to ask voters to insert their Virginia driver's license in the ID holder on the top left-hand corner of your iPad. Tap on Scan Barcode. Activates the pull pad camera, quickly takes a picture of that hash code at the back of the license and brings up the voter record for confirmation. I ask the voter to provide their full name and current address. It should match what I see on the screen. This is how they registered to vote. And I repeat that out loud to the room. Tap Accept to check in that voter. And then issue the voter their permit card or their paper ballot. I now signal for the next voter in line. Our next voter presents a photo ID that is not a Virginia driver's license. Step 1 is complete. For step 2, we're going to tap on manual entry since that's not an ID that we can scan. I'm going to tap in the first 2 letters of the last name from my touchscreen keyboard.
Okay, so this ID is not scannable, so let me just look you up manually.
I'm going to go over and tap on first name block to move my insert point there and tap in their first initial, and then tap Search. I should find now every voter in the county that meets that very simple search criteria. Those in my precinct are at the top of the list with a white background. I'm going to select the correct voter to bring up their record, ask the voter to provide their name and current address. It matches what I see on my screen. I repeat their name and address out loud to the room, and I tap Accept to check in that voter.
Here's your photo ID.
Notice the screen goes immediately back to our ID screen where I'm signaling for next voter in line. Our next voter presents a photo ID, but it's not one of the 4 state-issued IDs that we can scan. Remember, only Virginia driver's license, the DMV-issued non-driver identification card, the state-issued voter ID card, and the temporary letter that precedes that card. Everything else is manual entry. I tap on manual entry to bring up my touchscreen keyboard again. I enter the first 2 letters of the voter's last name and their first initial. Tap Search. Notice that all the results are in the wrong precinct. When I don't find the voter by our simple name lookup, I'm going to use an alternate method named Advanced Search. I tap on the Advanced Search command bar next to voter lookup. Specifically, I'm going to look at their house number and street name. I tap on the house number, pops up my numeric keyboard. I'm going to enter the full house number of the voter, go over and tap on street name, and it gives me a pop-up pick list of all streets in Fairfax County that contain that house number. If I tap the first letter of the street name, it narrows the selection of that pick list. It's the end of our election day now, and we're going to follow our checklist to close the polling equipment and pack up. It calls for certifying the poll book count from each and every poll pad. Then the checklist is calling for the iSync drive to be inserted in the Lightning port. It's going to prompt us for a menu again. And I'm going to select Export Voter Check-in, the one in the middle. I get the password from my chief and enter the case-sensitive password from my touchscreen keyboard. Tap Done when finished, and very quickly it will export the voter file to to my iSync drive. It comes up with a green dialog box saying I'm finished. I tap OK. Remove the iSync drive now and repeat that procedure on each and every poll pad in your precinct. Now on the Chiefs poll pad, I return to my home screen, which is Start Over, by tapping on the menu button and selecting the Summary Report. The Summary Report only runs on the Chiefs poll pad. I copy down two numbers, specifically my checked-in count and my outside the polls count, the number of people that voted curbside. Continuing with our checklist at the end of the day, we're going to disassemble our equipment and pack it up. We remove the stylus, place it back in our green case. I'm going to tilt my poll pad vertical again and gently slide up the ID holder, return it to the gray tote. Continuing with our checklist, I'm going to remove my poll pad by hanging onto the handle, removing it from its rotating base. The base goes back in our gray tote box. I'm going to rotate my handle down on the poll pad so that it's opposite my ID clip, put the poll pad back to sleep, and return it to the green case. I'm also going to return the charging cube and cables and put my printer back in. Once all equipment has been correctly packed, I'm going to close and lock my case and seal it with a numbered seal recorded by your chief. The chief is returning the poll pad case on election night. The gray tote box goes back into the gray equipment cart for later pickup. Thanks for watching this introduction to our new poll pad equipment, and thanks for volunteering. You perform an important duty for Fairfax County.